Darling, I love you. Please, I love you. Don't leave me for God's sake. Darling, you can't do this to me. I can't go on. Darling, I love you. For God's sake. Please, don't leave me. You break me into. I don't function.
Here we are. I have my towel wrapped around my head in quite exquisite fashion at the moment. If you're listening to this via an audio device, you may not be able to discern this development, but I assure you I look exquisite. Now, my voice has been undergoing a rather tedious developments recently. I finally had both testicles drop on me. That was last week sometime. One of them I've had since I was about a small child of 11 or 12. That was swinging freely back and forth for many decades. Quite happily, back and forth in the breeze, whether nude or clothed. There it was, biding its own time like a little hairy pendulum, keeping me, accompanying me wherever I went, smiling up at me if a testicle can be anthropomorphized like that. I mean, I did draw smiley faces on it during the 1980s as a prank and as a bid to be a pop star in the vein of Ricky Gervais, the little paunchy chap who's rather rich, who I shall be trying to extort money from at some point. Please avoid that. That was a joke. If you're from the member of the police force. Where was I? Yes, the testes of my left hemisphere had dropped as any other young boys would drop, delightfully, unexpectedly, and unnoticeably. I hadn't a clue that it dropped. It just went there. Does anybody really know when their testicles drop? I don't think so. Perhaps we should have. Maybe that's what the bar mitzvah's all about. Maybe we should update that, just have a testicle dropping ceremony. You just strap the child to a large, flat surface. Rather large, I don't know, some sort of telescopic device, broadcasted around the world, aimed at his genital area until finally his testicles drop. If he doesn't die from shame, then he's made it. It's a rite of passage. And so it should be. Anyway, as I said, my left testicle had dropped aeons ago. The right one, not so far into the distant past. In fact, like I said last week, it decided to join its brother in arms, his fellow globe, and jumped off the high diving board down to sway between my thighs. I'm not really sure, perhaps it was like Sam and Dave, the well-known rhythm and blues soul crooners, who haven't talked to each other for the last 40 years. Perhaps my testicles had also had a bit of a miff, or a tiff, or a Tiffany, I don't know, something happened. Perhaps one was larger than the other, and the other one took offense, who knows. But last week, voila, it had descended. And for the first time in my entire life, I was able to sing through both ears. For decades, like I said, I could only sing through my left ear. And this made my career, what it is today, non-existent. And that's what I hope very sincerely from the bottom of my heart, that now that my brother of the Testes family has joined his family, of the other Testes family, we shall pursue a singing career and gain our rightful position in the firmament of vocal superstars. Avast and huzzah, we're off.
Well, I've just spent a lot of time. I shouldn't really be talking like this because, you know, if you look at my hands, have you seen them? They're awful. God, look at them. God, look, I've got verrucas of the hands. I mean, it's usually a foot thing. I've got them on my hands. I'm ashamed. I just don't know what to do with them. They're so rough. They're so unladylike, and I just don't feel comfortable showing them in public. I mean, I've been working as a brickie now for about 15 years, and I've got really close friends on the building sites. Many of us are quite what's the word? We're big ballroom dancers for the most part, and I've never really got the lead part. And you really, if you're going to follow in ballroom dancing, you need to have good hands. I don't have that, and I'm scared. Thank you.
Traditional Scottish folk song. It's called Pound Stretcher Blues. You wanted excitement, so I took you to bingo. Then we both watched a movie through the TV shop window. Then I took you back home to my grand's garden shed. You asked for champagne, but got buckfast instead. And then I whispered in your ear. Oh shit, I fucked that up. And then I whispered again. No, I haven't done that either. No, that's not it. And then we made sweet love. That's it. We made love. And I whispered in your ear. I said, please, won't you tell me your PIN number, my dear? I ain't got no more lyrics, so I think I will finish. Well, I made a right pig's ear of that one.
Twice, three times a lady.
I must say I look rather dashing today. Wearing my groma, it's called, over here, in the Midlands West, where I progenerated much of my following. I have a huge following amongst the mollusk class. They love me down there, amongst the oysters and octopi. Most species are infatuated with me, if I'm honest. I mean, the insects, massive legions of them, adore me, admire me, follow me. Mosquitoes particularly are fond of me. Pubic lice also. Massive. I mean, it's hard to get rid of them. They just love hanging around me. Head lice. Yes. Tapeworms. Massive. I've got a couple of them with me right now. Fungal infections. Hemorrhoids. I'm not sure if that's actually caused by insects, but there does seem to be something flying around that particular part of my body. I'm not really sure what it is and if it actually causes the roidal inflammation, but either way, what else loves me? What other species? Mammals? Well, whenever I hang around my local petting zoo after hours, it's not really a boudoir of love or anything like that. I'm there for purely platonic reasons. There's no hanky-panky whatsoever going on with the animals of the petting zoo. Farm animals have never been my scene. No, far from it. When you live this close to Wales, it's almost a cliche. It becomes boring. I wanted to strike out, do something different. The whole farm animal route, as they say in America, or route as it's pronounced amongst civilized nations, is not something that I wanted to participate in. But as I was saying, many species, mollusks, arachnoids, huge fan of spiders. They love me too. I was actually once bitten by a radioactive samosa and acquired Bollywood superpowers, where at any moment I could break into song and start dancing from side and side to the room. That's where I got the idea for the towel. Well, I'll probably be prosecuted for that particular joke I just made up, but oh well. We'll see what happens. Yes, radioactive samosas. Well, beware of them, especially ones with fangs. You know? Jala chaya 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 jala chaya 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 jala chaya 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 jala chaya 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 chaya. One of my numbers that I didn't write. It's actually written by what's his name again? Bill Sykes, I think. Someone from the Isle of Sheppey, near Dunstable. A recently retired steam engine master who has been incarcerated for tax avoidance and beating shrubbery to death. I keep saying shrubbery. It's in my mind. I don't know why. I'm running over. I have to hang up.
Hey baby, you looking good. Mamacita. You want to go for a ride in my love machine? That's right, baby. You can hold my ear shit, man. Cruise control all the way, Chiquita. Love me, mama. How about you, foxy lady? Dance for me. Baila mi hermana para mí. You like the way I look, huh? You like it, chico, yeah? Let me take you to paradise, sweet lady. I show you Puerto Rican love like you never seen. What's that? What's that, homeboy? Hey man, I've been busting my cajones all week at the oil plant, man. I'm just trying to relax, man. Tranquilo, comprendo? What do you mean inappropriate behavior, homeboy? So we in Saudi Arabia. It don't matter where you is, man. The mamacita's always gonna have a good time with Chico, the love machine. That's right. That's right, baby. I hope that burka's got air conditioning, baby, cause I'm coming in, mamacita.
This is a song from Bono. Who embodies the fight for the right of the poor and the dispossessed, who embodies the struggle that we know in our quest to find justice. Guys, but mostly Bono. Bono's right, and it's quite rude of you to tease him about his height. Bono's good, and it's rude of you to say his sunglasses look like shite. Bono, you've got Jesus and Martin Luther King, but they ain't shit compared to Bono.
This one's autobiographical. I started masturbating at the age of 13. It didn't take long to get into that scene, for I couldn't show my feelings to the girl of my dreams, so I slathered my penis in Vaseline, sexually frustrated all my life. Sexually frustrated, all my bedroom ceiling got covered in stains, like a Seaman Sistine Chapel, like the one in Spain. It's hard rhyming with Italy. Doing the resurrection was the hardest bit. I had to focus hard on the Virgin Mary's tits. Oh, sexually frustrated all my life. Start clapping, everyone out there in podcast land. Sexually frustrated all my life. Sexually frustrated even when I menstruated. Sexually frustrated all my things have improved, but by only a bit. For I still spend my days and nights gagging for it. I never ever make it as a podcast comedian. I'll probably be bald, fat, and then impotent. Sexually frustrated all my life, it's true. Sexually frustrated all my life. Sexually frustrated even when I masturbated. I don't know what's the use. My testicles are constipated and I don't know what's the use. I think I'll stick to self-abuse. Sexually frustrated. Somebody please help me. All my life. This shall not be used as evidence in court.
I look at you, you look at me. What do we see? Unemployed people. We lay in bed, no cares in our head, like John and Yoko, except we're on the dole. It makes us smile, sleep for a while, might look for work or watch Jeremy Kyle. Our love's a success, such loveliness, all courtesy of the DSSS. Unemployed girl, won't you be my wife? 'Cause you've never done an honest day's work in your life. Unemployed girl, your love is so vital, but I love you most of all, 'cause you're born idol. Woo! Please be mine. If you can remember. When we left the wine.